Come here, ducky. Let's go check out our work. One shot, one kill, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That was from like 10 yards away, though, which isn't gonna do too much. Check out the situation here. Got the boards. Okay. Wow, the rare 2 videos in one day. I'm posting this one. Politics. I'm gonna talk about politics. Be prepared. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm posting this because I don't actually even know. Is it the night of the election or something? People are freaking out. Trump, Kamala Harris. I didn't vote. I didn't vote. And I am totally uninformed. And it's a choice. And the reason why is because I've been taught to focus on my locus of control. And I'm way happier when I focus on my locus of control. And global politics is not under my locus of control. And I don't believe that it affects me very much. So I'm not telling y'all how to live your life. If you want to vote and you want to even get in, be political and talk about it, you can do that. I mean, I think it's cool that we have the right to vote. I think that's a cool thing and that's important in a society. But if I were to be interested in politics, I'd be a lot more interested in local politics. And it's what is local is Hawaii, right? I basically left the US essentially. Let's get it better. I basically left the US, right? I essentially moved to another country to get away from bullshit. You know, I like the weather here. Part of it is I didn't want to be a racial minority anymore. I'm not a racial minority where I live. People assume that I'm from here. And this is one of the reasons I don't recommend, like, oh, everybody, just because you see that I'm thriving in Hawaii. Well, you might not, right? One of the reasons I thrive here is because of my physical appearance, because of my race, right? Maybe that lets me not care, but by the way, welcome in, much love, fam, Trav here. If you don't know me, I'm an adventure entrepreneur living on Oahu, and I'm a storyteller, and I express my philosophy through living my life, right? This is what I don't really like reading any books on philosophy. I have. I've read a number of different philosophers, but at this point it's like, what is talk, right? It's action. So I am interested in telling my story, my philosophy through my actions of how I live my life. And I'm interested in learning philosophy through other people's actions of how they live their life. So I'm really interested in studying biographies and memoirs, right? I'm not very interested in whatever else. So I'm here not to tell you what to do, but I grew up on the Serenity Prayer, okay? And it's because my dad was an alcoholic. He got into 12-step programs. We started going to 12-step programs together as a family, and part of the sort of diagnosis of alcoholism, and especially being partnered with someone who's alcoholic, or being the son or daughter of an alcoholic, or the father of an alcoholic, it was like, really, you don't have power. Like, let go, let go. Focus on your locus of control. The Serenity Prayer goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. Can I change the election? No. I'm not even convinced that my vote's not like tampered with, right? That there's crooks on both sides trying to rig the election. I'm not saying the election's invalid. I'm just very distrusting. I distrust government, and it's because I know it's just not under my control. Why don't I focus on my diet, my exercise, my friends, what I'm gonna do tonight for dinner, what I'm gonna do tomorrow with my day off, how I'm gonna be productive and add value to society. It's not by voting, and it's not by getting involved in politics, which are just so divisive. And what I see, here's what I see. You might think I'm silly, but what I see is it's basically like bread and circus, right? The actual president. I'm not saying it doesn't matter and has no effect. I will say it probably has a lot less effect than people think. I mean, I have my buddy who's like so scared of Trump winning and saying like it's going to be the end of democracy and all this, and I'm like, he was already president, and I'm not going to say nothing too bad happened because we had COVID while he was president. That wasn't caused by him though, but I mean, we all survived, right? Another 4 years, they're probably all crooks. I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to speculate. Anyways, what I see though is people cheering for their football team, and this is something that women get involved with just as much as men, but I don't see a lot of difference between like who was in the World Series, the Dodgers and the Yankees. I don't even know. I don't follow that. It's the same thing for me. Like Dodgers, Yankees, Trump, Kamala Harris. It's the same thing to me. Of what I observe, people getting super excited and emotional and radical and mean and mad about it, and like my team and cheerleading. And I see like a total unwillingness for people to even be interested in entertaining the other side, right? People have no idea what other people believe, and they paint them in the worst possible light. Right? I'm seeing all these pictures of Trump going around with like Nazi swastikas on it that pro Kamala people are posting. So they're really like equating him with a Nazi, and when he wins, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we've got Hitler for president," and it's like he's not a Nazi, yo. You should are you interested in why he was elected in the first place? Like what people actually believe? People aren't. It's just a hilarious groupthink thing. I'm not gonna say, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Harris. I'm kind of indifferent to what happens. I just don't think that it really matters like people think it does. I mean, for one, is you have three government bodies at the federal level, right? You've got the judicial, executive, and legislative. So the president is just one of three, right? So, I mean, why aren't you all so excited about the other stuff? Well, I guess you can't control the judicial at all. But I just get such like fan my team vibes, and me personally, I don't go to sports events. I watch clips here and there, but I play sports. I also don't go watch musicians live. Really, I play music. There's something about me, you could say maybe I'm egotistical, but as a man, I like to go sit in the stands and watch another man and be like, wow, this guy's so cool. I just don't want to do that, right? So I don't want to do it in politics. Don't want to do it in sports. I don't want to do it in music. I'm not a hater. I'm not like one of those guys also like, LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is better than LeBron. Or no, it's Kobe Bryant, and they get super emotional. It looks exactly the same as Trump Harris, of people freaking out and like being super emotional and immature. But for me, I'm not hating on the presidential candidates. I'm not hating on the professional athletes. I'm not hating on the musicians. I don't want to be a spectator in my life at all, right? I don't want to watch, I want to do. It's not that I want everyone to watch me, I just want to do. I want to go out there. I don't really watch surfing. People ask me, you're going to go watch the surf contest. I don't, why? I'd rather surf. I just want to do the thing, right? Now, there's something to like studying, right? You know, if I want to get better at basketball, I study basketball players. If I want to get better at music, I study music. It doesn't require me going and sitting in a stand, though, and elevating someone to some higher level when they're just a human, right? Like me. So my focus is on my YouTube, it's on my trading business, it's on my wildlife dolphin tour business, it's on my hiking business. Hiking tour business is on my coaching business. It's on my dog Nalani. How can I feed her the best? Brush her teeth the best. It's on practicing archery so I can go hunt goats for more security. You guys asked me about kids because I'm so negative on marriage. I'd like to have kids at some point when all the finances click and I have the right woman. And I'd like to take them out hunting in the mountains behind me, show them something real, give them the real skills, take them out surfing, take them out spearfishing, teach them something, right? Something practical, right? Putting food on the table, being healthy, reading, studying, learning people's stories, practicing my craft of storytelling, right? These are the things that I care about. I just not interested in wasting any emotional energy in anything that I can't control. I'm not interested in being a fan, rooting for a team in anything. And it looks kind of silly to me. It looks silly to me, and it's just such a waste of energy in my opinion. But you can do you. So you're gonna cancel me because of my politics because I didn't vote? No. You know, the truth is, I'll tell you, I voted once. It was for Obama, and I voted for him because he was mixed race. Totally silly reason, right? But I was like, you know, I'm not gonna say he looks like me, but I look more like him than anyone else who's been president. And I was like, yeah, I like the idea of someone being a mixed race as president, but I didn't really care. I wasn't worked up about it, emotional. It was kind of a silly reason. I wasn't even planning on voting, but I was like, I mean, it's a little more than that. I thought he was kind of hip and cool, but don't know anything about his politics. I'm not here to talk about his politics. I don't even remember who he was running against. What was that guy's name? Or I didn't know anything about the politics, right? So that was kind of pointless. And yeah, why go and stand in a line to do that? Or like try to get yourself educated on the issues and they're all gonna lie anyways. Yeah, there's just like, I want to get my hunting license. I want to learn how to skin and gut an animal that's on the ground so I can pack it out. I want to develop my social life, continue to make friends in interesting ways, add to my knowledge. Just come too far to care about things outside of my control. And yeah, it's one of the reasons I moved to Hawaii too, personally, and for me it'd be a reason to leave the country. I don't want to know or care. I really don't. People don't really talk about it here so much. The only reason I'm aware is because the market's pumping because it likes Trump. I guess that's the narrative. So I'm aware of it today when I did my trading, and I'm aware because if I go into Facebook, people are freaking out. Like these super long, people being super mean to each other and totally misconstruing other people's opinions, and just so confused. Just, I don't know, like being like too passionate about politics to me just shows a lack of empathy. Like if you can't understand what 100 million people are feeling and you're not interested and you just like paint it in the wrong light, it's like, how is that helpful at all? You're just limiting. You think 100 million people are evil, right? Take the time to at least educate yourself. If you're going to educate yourself on anything, educate yourself on how people feel. And that's the one part I'm interested in, is like, it's interesting socially of why do people get caught up in like team worship and just focus so much energy or stress so much on things that are outside of their control. Like right? Aren't people struggling enough? Aren't we struggling enough just on our own shit? Why do we need to introduce external stress of things that are beyond our control? So Nalani, come up here. All right, doggy. You're a good doggy. You're a good doggy. You're a good doggy. All right, people, roast me in the comments. Much love. Peace.